My name is Colleen Kenny, so sorry, and I'm the Assistant Director of Advising for CDS. And I am met with my lovely team.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lakin,
Perfect.
and I advise students with the last names R through Z.
I'm Elizabeth. I advise students with the last names I through Q.
And I advise for letters A through H. And Molly Kate is our fearless leader, but she's on maternity leave, but she says hello to everyone. We're also joined by...
Hi, I'm Tanima Chatterjee. I'm a clinical assistant professor here at Faculty of Computing and Data Sciences. I'm also the director of undergrad studies here.
And hello, my name is BJ White. I have the best job on all of campus because I get the team with these wonderful people. I'm on the first year success team as part of the provost office, and I work with all first year students in CDS. I provide an extra layer of support, teaming up with your academic advisors, just to make sure that you can navigate this very complex place and maximize your experience in the first year.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the program now. So everyone has a flowchart in those little packets that you guys got. If you want to have a closer see, then you can use those, but we'll have this up here as well. We are a 16-course program, and those are all the grayed out boxes on the flowchart. We start with DS 100, which is, like Ozzer said, is our exploratory, learn a little bit about data science in general. DS 110 is going to be focused on Python. Like Hinan said, 210 is in Rust. And 310 right there is going to be SQL, NoSQL. And Tanima is going to talk a little bit about the math sequence for me.
So we also have a math sequence going in parallel with the programming sequence. We start at DS 120, which forms the foundations for all the things maths that you're going to learn here in CDS. It contains a bunch of different topics which you'll need to know as you progress ahead and learn more about data science. From 120, we have two options. As Azar talked about the experiential learning, the spiral approach. So we go to either DS 121 or 122. DS 121 is a little more focused on linear algebra, whereas DS 122 is focused a little more on probability. And from there, we want to 320, which is our algorithms for data science. And that's where our foundations end, and then we move on to the core.
Perfect. We also have a freshman seminar, DS 109, and I believe Lincoln can talk a little bit about that first.
Yeah, of course. So DS 109, like Colleen said, is our first year seminar course. And this was a course that the advising team created specifically for CDS students to help them navigate that transition from high school to university, because it can be a bit daunting, right? So this course has been designed to be very fun, very low stress. We do a lot of activities. We eat some donuts. We just have a lot of conversations about the experience here at BU and in CDS so that you're able to build a community early on and then keep those relationships as you move through the program. We focus on topics like academic success, personal well-being, identity and belonging, how to get involved on campus and find your space here. And then we do a lot of campus resources so that you feel very well acquainted with what is available to all of the students here at BU. Ultimately, it is really your toolkit to be successful at CDS and at BU, and you get connected with the advising team as well as a peer mentor who is an upper class CDS student, and they can share their experience. And that's been a really rewarding piece of this seminar.
Yeah, I really like the community that it builds because it kind of helps divide the large cohort that you guys are and kind of make it a bit more intimate space. So we really love DS 109 for that in particular. On those flowcharts, we have some boxes that say electives. Do you guys see them in year 3 or 4? Yes. We have 2 tracks for the electives. We have a methodology track, which is deeper computation, mathematics, machine learning, AI, databases, privacy, all that great stuff. But then we have in the field, and that's a domain competency. So how do you apply data science to specific fields? We have business classes, we have earth and environment classes, we have econ classes. So you can really apply it to any field that you feel connected to in data science. We also have a capstone requirement. So you see in the last little spot on there, DS 490 is one option that is going to be a directed study. So kind of like Keenan said, this is a way for data science students to start research with faculty that they have connections to. So if you find that you are attracted to a specific advanced topic or research topic, that you can approach a DS faculty in order to say, hey, can you supervise me for this? Can you guide me on this? And you're able to pursue that capstone through that experience with those faculty members. We also have a couple different ones. We have DS 519, which is a practicum with Spark. You'll hear more about Spark in just a moment. 519 is our software engineering practicum right there. DS 539 is kind of this overarching data science practicum. So a lot of different topics and how to apply your skills at very different stages. DS 549 is our targeted machine learning one. So if you really feel connected in data science 340, which is on that year 3 flowchart as well, you can pursue a practicum in that and kind of get some more in-depth projects with Spark.
Another thing that a lot of students like to explore, in addition to minors, which you'll see some minor space on that flow chart set aside for you, is a dual degree. So a lot of students who want to get a deeper involvement with another domain of study beyond CDS will incorporate a minor, or they'll go beyond a minor even and do a dual degree. Dual degree is what we call a double major, because if you're adding another major outside of your home school or college, you also have to complete all of the requirements from the other college that you're adding. So a lot of students who do the dual degree will meet with us, the advisors, and also advisors from their other program to incorporate all of the requirements for the school or college they're in, all of the requirements for each major, and make sure they're meeting all of their academic goals throughout that time.
Yeah, and a really popular combination that we see lately is going to be finance. So fintech is really, really big right now. So we have a lot of DDP students in business, Western School of Business, and in CDS. Another one that's really popular is statistics. So if you're really wanting to go into, let's say, sports analytics, having that advanced knowledge will be very complementary to the program itself.
I am the assistant provost for graduate programs. Great thing about CDS, we have two what commonly are called 4+1 programs. At BU, we prefer the term combined BS-MS programs, but these allow students to take graduate credit while they are still enrolled as undergraduates, and it gives you essentially a leg up when you go into the master's program. You can transfer in those two courses. So what that means is that a graduate program that's normally 8 classes, you only need to take 6 courses to fulfill the full master's degree. So it allows you to graduate with a bachelor's and a master's degree in about 4.5 years, depending on kind of how you schedule it. We have 2 different master's programs you can choose from. I will very briefly just describe them. The MSDS, which is our Master of Science in Data Science, is a competency-based data science program. And what I mean by competency is instead of having required courses, we have a required competency. So instead of taking a math for data science type course, you're just going to take one from a huge list of courses that fulfill that competency. So this gives you the choice of between about 60 and 70 courses that you can take as part of the 8 that are required for the master's degree. We tried to make it as sort of all-encompassing as possible to cover all the potential areas where you can apply data science. We also have a Master of Science in Bioinformatics, which is a more focused course in computational biology and bioinformatics. It's a great program as well. It has a built-in internship that you do here in the Boston biotech industry. Has some really great professors, a lot of research focused on that program. I'll be around after if you have any questions about the grad programs. I'll just say lastly, the nice thing, if you're interested in this, don't worry about it now. You don't need to apply into this until your junior year at the earliest.
A lot of exploration. So thank you, Micah. If you have questions about the 4+1 or masters later on, our Dawn Yang is our Graduate Affairs Associate Director, and she'll be able to advise you through that.
The tutoring center.
Yes.
So we have an in-house tutoring center here in CDS, and this is a space where students can go and receive free one-to-one tutoring with a CDS tutor, in addition to their faculty and TA office hours to really create like a well-rounded support system. You can go to the next one. As mentioned, our tutors are all CDS students, so they are students who've excelled in their coursework, and so they really know how to break down those concepts and make it a little bit easier if you need extra support. It's a great place to go for like exam prep, practice concepts, and maybe just hone in some of those skills. 9 of our 16 required courses, so all of the programming and math classes, are available in the tutoring center. And we are one of 3 schools and colleges on campus that have their own tutoring center, which is really exciting for us. And then we partner with the Educational Resource Center on campus, and we provide training for our tutors so that they can really build their practice. And they're working with professionals to build those tutoring skills. And then this year alone, we've had over 200 scheduled tutoring sessions, but we also have walk-in tutoring available for all of our students, and that number doesn't include that. But that's been a really significant resource for our students here in CDS.
And we'll go in a lot more deeply about the resources in DS 109 as well, so please look forward to that.
Another way students like to get involved with CDS is through student clubs. So BU itself has over 450 student clubs that students can explore, and a lot of students at CDS are involved in those clubs. Some of our students, though, found that the clubs were lacking in their own particular niche interests. So what you see here is a list of all of the student clubs that were CDS student powered. So this means they either originated in CDS as a unit or they were started by CDS students. Notably, we have the Women in Data Science Club, which is this one with the faces on it. We have the CDS Student Government, which goes along with CDS leadership to make changes to their curriculum and to the social atmosphere of the CDS student environment. We also have a Public Speaking Club, which is a prospective chapter of Toastmasters International. We have a co-ed business tech fraternity called KTP on campus, as well as the AI Society, the BU Sports Analytics Group, and CDS Offline, which gets students involved outside of technology. So a lot of our students were finding that they're spending too much time with their tech and they wanted a space to relax beyond that.
Yeah, and that's our newest club. It started a couple weeks ago, and so far it's been really popular. Then we have Alessandra right here to talk a little bit more about our career programming.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm Alessandra Augusto. I'm the Student Experience Manager here at CDS and also the lead of the Career Development Program. I'm responsible for connecting students to organizations throughout career initiatives like workshops, info sessions, excuse me, networking and recruiting events, and more. I actually don't do this by myself. I work closely with our faculty members and our leadership team to make sure that our students have support in every step of the way. We also work in partnership with other units and colleges across campus to ensure students have the best that BU has to offer. To me, it's about building community. So where students can feel they belong and also they have the tools to grow. I'm here basically to open doors and bring organizations like IBM, Bloomberg, EY to connect with our students here in our building. So that's what I have for today. If you have some questions, let me know, and I look forward to see you in the fall.
We have a couple QR codes up here. One will go to our Careers Instagram page, and then we have a TikTok as well. So Alessandra does post often on these platforms. If you have any questions for us, we are going to be available with Azur downstairs in room 1646 for parents and families to ask questions, and we'll go over a bit more about what else that students can do during this time. But thank you very much. Thank you.